Alright. Today's October 7th, 2014. October 7th, 2014. On the way to get Gracie. I have another video. I said the wrong date. It's October 7th, not October 8th. I jumped the gun by a day.
So, what is your specific goal? What income level do you want to achieve? Do you want to retire a spouse, pay off some debt, take a great vacation, build a home? Now, goals are not enough to create a powerful belief system, but it is a first step. You have to know what you want. We all know people, though, who write down their goals and don't act on them, and don't believe that those goals will even come to fruition. So the goal isn't enough, but it is the starting point. What gives goals power is when we have confidence that we will achieve them. When we create a belief so solid that that goal is going to happen, the chances are exponentially increased that you'll see that goal to fruition. So, what brings goals to life? Well, values and purpose. Now, those words almost seem cliche. They get mentioned all the time, and different leaders and different individuals, they say purpose and values, but if you ask most people, what is your purpose in life, or what are your values, they really can't define that or break it down. Now, you might have to bear with me for a few minutes in order for all of this to come together, but I think it'll really make sense in the end. Let's talk about your purpose. Most people have never really connected with their purpose. And the truth be told, most people are not even sure what their purpose in life should be. How not discovering and identifying their purpose is costing them so dearly. If you're one of those rare people who knows exactly what you should be doing, congratulations. For many people, their work is consuming their life, instead of being self-directed in the pursuit of their purpose. A great purpose helps you wake up in the morning excited about what you're doing. It moves you from having a job or a business for the sake of making money to something far more motivating. I read a great story once in a book by Jim Lair. The book was The Power of Story.
R910499 V31 1352.
So here's how the story goes. He sits down with her and says, "What's your story? Why do you play?" I could see that wasn't what she expected. To her credit, she entertained my question. After a couple moments, she said, "I guess," then paused to think some more. "I want to be a success." And Jim Lair says to her, "What does that mean?" "To be number one in the world," she said, rather unconvincingly. "Okay, so you're number one in the world. When it's all over, your tombstone reads, 'You were number one in the world.' You'd be good with that?" She looked terribly unsatisfied. She shook her head. I asked her again, "Why do you play?" She took a deep breath and thought some more. "I'd like to have a nice place to live. I like nice cars. I love cars. Oh, God, it seems so terrible. I don't want that to be on my tombstone either. You're just confusing me." We went through this exercise a few more times, and each time she abandoned her answer as quickly as she offered it. "Here's your assignment tonight," he told her. "I want you to think about what your ultimate mission is. What are you all about? What keeps you playing? It has to come from you, no one else. Not your coach, not your mother, not your agent, not your sponsors. Don't come into my office unless you can tell me that, okay? Now listen, as a side note, as we go through this story, understand, have you identified your greater purpose? You're going through the same thing right now. We can show you the action steps and the how-tos in Legal Shield, but there's something that's more important, and that's why he wouldn't go on with this session with her until she identified her purpose. So let's go back to the story. She left. She was not smiling. The next day, she walked into my office. Actually, that's not accurate, he said. She bounced into my office. She was bubbly, on fire. She couldn't stop smiling. I got it, she said as soon as she sat down. I thought about it all night long, and then I finally got it, but I'm afraid to tell you. Why? You're going to think it's stupid. Maybe you'll think it's not challenging me. He said, try me. Okay, she said, and took a deep breath. I want to be sunshine. I want to be sunshine to every person I care about and everyone who watches me play. I nodded. And your tombstone, if it says, she brought sunshine to people everywhere, would that be okay? Yes, she said, nodding and smiling broadly. Will you be afraid to lose when you're out there? Not if I'm sunshine, she paused. What do you think? I think you're going to win more than your share, I said. And now we can get to work. Listen, I have read that story probably 50 times in different trainings, from the time I read it the very first time to the last time right now. You know, it brings tears to my eyes, because when people identify their purpose, when they figure out why they're
See, they won't let Gracie come out early now. Before they weren't mine, and now suddenly they won't let Gracie come out early.
Identity theft product, all those things. But
I bet you anything won't even be Micah that comes out this time. It'll probably be like Megan or somebody.
We can change people's lives. We can become students. We can learn and grow within this business, and then we can share the concepts, the ideas that empower us and improve the quality of our own life. We're in a vehicle where we get to share information with others to help them change their life, and we get paid for that. Now, that's my great purpose. That's what I love about this business. What's your purpose? You've got to identify it, and it's not about a job or a calling. I've met people in Legal Shield that say, man, I want to make money here so I can go be a teacher. And I think to myself, that's what you're doing here. You get to change people's lives. Find your purpose. Number 2 is values. And I'll bring all this together, I promise. Have you identified your values? The values that define who you are as a person. Now, without firm beliefs and really strong values, our purpose lacks character. Let me explain. Our purpose becomes nothing more than a beautiful statement with no substance. We've all met people who we completely trust almost immediately upon meeting them, and others who we don't. We trust people who are congruent in their words, actions, and behaviors. And we don't trust people who are not. Integrity, compassion, teamwork, transparency, abundance, inspiration, these are all values. So are impatience, scarcity, insecurity, indecision, and the desire to keep up with the Joneses. Now, which one of these lists is supportive of building a great business and which one is not? Who chose your values? Now, if you're like the majority of people in the world, it was probably your family, your associations, the books you've read, TV, the radio, your friends. They chose your values. What if you picked the set of values that inspired you and were supportive of the goals that you put down and your greater purpose in life? So you wrote out your purpose, you wrote out your goals, and then you chose the values that would be absolutely most supportive in helping you achieve that purpose and those goals. If I were to ask you, what 5 values are most significant to you, what would you say? I realize that many people have never given much thought to this subject. For that matter, many leaders who have built incredible businesses may not have given much thought to this either. But the reality is they had a set of values, or they developed the needed values that were necessary to build a tremendous business. This is a common denominator. You cannot show me anybody who's built a massive business who cannot identify their purpose and don't have a set of values they live by. Even if they can't articulate them, they have them and they live by them, and there's a level of congruency. Now, the great news is you can choose your values. It's a choice. Nobody else does it for you. Well, that's not true. Other people will do it for you if you don't choose them yourself. Now, think about this. If I'm a mother or a father whose greatest purpose is to raise a family of honest, loving children who treats others with dignity and respect, and I regularly talk to my kids about it, and then I tell a small, seemingly insignificant lie to my neighbor, or I'm rude to the telemarketer and tell them that my spouse is not home, I'm undermining this great purpose in my life. Children will do what they see and hear before they do what they're told. So will the people who are part of your organization. If you want to lead people, I don't care if that's a team of 3 people or you want to build a team of 30,000. People want to follow people that they trust, that are congruent in their words, their actions, and their deeds. If your words and actions are congruent and supportive of building a Legal Shield business, then success is a foregone conclusion. The bottom line is the values should become virtues, which means you're actually living by them. Real virtues increase your self-esteem and your confidence. The homework assignment here is to choose the core values that support your particular purpose and goals. The synergy that is created will help you achieve your goals more quickly. Now, let's move on to the last piece, right? We've talked about goals, purpose, and values. This is really relatively simple, even though most people don't do it. And again, I'll bring it together in a second, but let's talk about the last piece, the 4 legs of this stool, if you will, and that's vision. Call this a mission statement, an affirmation, a vision statement. It's not so important what we call it, but it's important that we all have this powerful new story to tell ourselves about ourselves. And if for some reason you're listening to this and you think writing a new statement or story about yourself is an indictment that who you currently are is not satisfactory, that is the furthest thing from the truth. You being willing to write this statement about who you are, put together...
Mommy's still avoiding me.
I don't know.
Where's Mommy at?
She's in the house.
Oh, so Grandma came out with you. Oh, there's some thugs that came out from the back there.
What?
I don't know, some bad people came out from the back of that house there. I don't know. I don't know who they were.
I don't know who they are either. They were saying something about our keys.
Well, somebody's car alarm's going off. Alright, how was school today? Grace, how was school today?
Good.
What'd you guys do at school?
Well, first of all, we did pictures today.
Did pictures? What kind of pictures?
School pictures, like regular pictures. Like... just random pictures.
Right. Just like school pictures? What'd you wear?
I wear this black outfit with a white skirt. I have dance tomorrow.
Yes, you do. I'm gonna go in early and I'm gonna pay for all your outfits and your costume and everything.
And my other thing, my shoes.
Yeah. I don't know if they're here yet or not, but I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna pay for them. What else happened today in school? Anything fun?
Yeah. During pictures, we saw my teacher leave. During math, we changing with the substitute on picture day. So we had a substitute on picture day. That was exciting.
blowing on your arm.
Anything else? Well, I want to wrestle a Spiky.
What'd you have for lunch today?
I had these noodles, and they had great sauce on them, and we had and there was chicken inside, and there was these noodles, and I really like that, but I don't know what it's called.
You don't know what it's called.
No. And with that, we had milk, and I had money. I forget. Sometimes I forget. So it took long for me to get a juice because I forgot about my lunch money. So, because I gave it to the teacher, and I was hoping that I could find it. So today, I finally remembered, and I got it from the teacher's desk. Yeah, I ordered a juice.
How much are your juices? Like a quarter? 50
I
cents?
don't know. It's like, you know those little dimes?
Mm-hmm.
I take a little dime, then, here, I'll show you when you're,
Okay, so I'm driving. I got
No, when we get home, I'll show you.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah, I love that. Please, can I say it one more time? Oh, come on.
You are strange, kid.
Yeah, I knew
So what'd you do yesterday?
that. For school?
Yeah. School and at home?
Well, I got only video books, but I didn't, I read it all, but I need someone. The teacher doesn't help us, but I need help on the words that I can't read.
Well, I told you I could help you with all that stuff, remember? Huh?
But the thing is, I don't know when Reader's Workshop is. Only I know is that after math is lunch.
Right.
And all night, is
Huh?
on Sunday, I missed Frozen.
What do you mean you missed Frozen?
I missed one part of it, but it still goes on.
How's Gabby doing?
Good.
Is there anybody at Mommy's house besides you, Mommy, and Gabby?
No.
Mommy had anybody else over?
No. Except Matt, but he didn't show up today or tomorrow or
Why?
anything. I don't know. Probably he's upstairs. He didn't show up. I don't know. Probably to get out of Grandma's way.
Why, has Grandma been mad lately?
No, like, he always comes down and says he's hungry. Oh, I like those boats. I like that boat.
You do.
The paddle boat where you go.
So did they ask you what you did this weekend?
What?
Did Mommy and Grandma ask you what you did this weekend when you got home Sunday?
Well, I told him I went to the apple orchard.
Apple Orchard Apple Festival. You went to the Apple Festival.
She left me to say, ow!
Did you tell me you got to go on stage with Daddy? Did you tell me you're on stage with Daddy? Grace.
Hold on, let me see. I don't know.
You didn't tell me you went on stage?
Probably I did, but I probably forgot.
With think of Daddy's shirt? Got one of my new shirts today.
What I like. I like this yellow because guess what? I like this yellow because it reminds me of if your shirt's gonna glow in the dark.
I don't think I'm gonna glow in the dark, sweetheart.
I wish there was a shirt.
There are shirts that glow in the dark.
I mean, all the way.
Yeah, there are shirts that glow in the dark all the way.
We still have to find my precious monkey.
I think he's long gone by now.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to him.
Well, at least it was one.
We'll have to get another one. But you can do that.
Circus! On a punch tag.
Oh.
I want to get that panda bear. I don't know why. It looks comfy and soft.
Did you tell me we went down to the river this weekend? Huh?
All I told them was I went to apple festival.
You say festival
Guess
or
what?
orchard?
They're more worried about if I went to my friends.
Why?
I don't know.
You tell them yeah?
What?
You tell them you play with your friends? Did you tell them that you play with your friends?
No.
Why are they worried about if you're playing with your friends?
No. After the comic show when I was on stage, they're more worried if I was going with my friends after.
What'd you tell them?
No, I didn't.
What'd they say?
Grandpa, and she said, and I played with them, and she said, oh, that's sweet. Hey, he has the same color.
No.
Two has the same color.
Oh, it's easier to see. Let's get you inside, get those clothes cleaned, and go put something on. What do you want to wear? What would you like to wear?
I don't know. I want to go outside and jump on my jump rope and play with Spiky.
Get your clothes changed. I'm starting to get stuff out of the.
Hey, Daddy, look. Hey, Daddy, I'm thinking.
Did you tell Grandma that the neighbors took the corn stalks?
No.
You should.
She was supposed to get them.
I'm not giving them anything anymore.